Good morning, sixth grade LAX, or actually good afternoon, or whenever you're seeing this. I miss you guys. We're actually back in school, Simon and I, to do this film for you to talk about books. I have been hearing that you have been on a book diet lately, haven't been able to get at books. Unlike Simon here, who the vet put on a real puppy diet. He's a pudgy puppy, and he only gets 3 treats a day, and he has to lose 3/4 of a pound by May, so we're on a challenge. Anyway, you're going off your book diet. We're going to talk about some books today, and Simon is on his diet, so he's just here because he misses you too. So for LAX, I have some really good choices. All of these are brand new books. They have not been checked out to anyone. The way this is going to work is I'm going to talk about these books. You can email me and say first dibs on one. It can be checked out to you and put in the office so you can pick it up during office hours and get it right now that way. You can ask for it to be held for you until we get back in session. Or I'm going to give you other ways, if you don't like these, for getting at books through our online catalog system called Mac and Via, or the Carver County Library System. There is no reason not to have a book. There are so many options for you. And in addition to these books, I have 4,000, 8,000 books out there that you can ask me about or talk to me about. Connect with me through my email and we can talk, or through a win. Okay, first one up is Truth App, and see how it's fading because we have this green screen. It's like it looks ghostly. It's not really ghostly. It's kind of like a suspense book. So Charlie considers himself to be a truthful person, and he's a tinkerer, and he comes up with an app that you can listen to people's conversations through that app, and the app tells you if they're telling the truth or not. In other words, it sniffs out lies. So he's proud of this. He starts using it, and it gets a lot of interest because sometimes people don't want the truth out there. So pretty soon, the kids in his school are mad at him. His family's mad at him. The whole people in the town are mad at him. The police are mad at him. And criminals want this app because they don't want an app out there that tells people in authority, if you're lying. So this is what Charlie's life becomes when the Truth App is out there. Brand new book. This one, also kind of a disappearing one because it's blue-green. It's called Dress Coded. And this is really aimed at girls, but it's a good thing to talk about because in the years I've been at Chaska Middle School West, being dress coded has been an issue for girls. So we have a dress code, and it says to wear school appropriate clothing. But this story starts when 2 girls wear a tank top. One girl is pulled aside and given a notice that she's out of compliance with the dress code. The other girl doesn't get one. So Molly is mad because why did she not get dress coded, and why did her good friend Olivia get dress coded? And then she starts doing investigating, and she finds out a lot of girls get dress coded, and it could be because of their body shapes. So she starts her own podcast, and it gets into some good discussions about are dress codes unfair for girls? Does it tend to more harass them and embarrass them? So I've had one girl, not this copy, this one's brand spanking new, but this was read by a girl in my advisory, absolutely loved it. So I'm thinking this will find a new home soon. Oh, this one, it's the end of the world. So Derek has a reason to be full of anxiety and reactive. His mother was killed in Iraq, and the anniversary of her death is coming up, and his dad is going through his own grieving process, so Derek's left alone a lot. And of course, he's online. And what does he find? This notice that an asteroid is headed towards Earth. So Derek is ordering survival equipment. He's going full out. He's like freaking out because he does not want to be killed by the asteroid. But his next door neighbor, Misty, comes to the rescue because Derek thinks he's facing death. But Misty did face death because she just went through an organ transplant, And she did almost die because she needed that organ transplant. So together, they work it out that there are things that are that do scare you, that might cause mortality, that affect your mortality, but maybe the asteroid isn't it. And she helps calm Derek down. But it's amazing all the stuff he can find on the internet. Great book. This one, Lifeboat 12. So this is based on a true story. It is a novel in verse. So for some people, this is not what they like. Other people love this. But this is a story, a true story based on kids in England. So when you study World War II with Mr. Buckles or Mr. Peoples this spring, you will study that Germany was bombing England. Bombing. And so there was a project to send British children to Canada for safety, but they had to go through the North Sea. Well, their ship was torpedoed on the way. And in Lifeboat 12, 5 boys and 40 adults made it in there, but that's just the first part of survival. A lot of people perished, but they're out in the North Atlantic with gale force winds, and they still have to get to Canada. That's what this book is about, based on a true story. Lifeboat 12. From the desk of Zoe Washington. This one I'm hoping someone grabs. So Zoe has never met her biological father. He was out of her life, imprisoned for murder, and when she's 12, she gets a letter from him. And she can't talk to her mom and stepdad about this because they don't want her to have any connection to a man who's a murderer. But her grandma, grandma, the mother of her dad, who's in prison, wants her to take another look at her real dad, Marcus, because she said, at heart he's good. So they form a connection, a secret connection. And through the letters he sends, she starts to believe that he's innocent, but she has to prove it. So it's a good look at the prison system in America. And sometimes people get imprisoned who shouldn't be. And was Zoe's dad, Marcus, one of them. Last one, Hide and Seeker. So this story starts out with a party. It's a special party because Justin's friend Z is back. Where was he back from? The kids don't know, but he was gone over a year, 404 days exactly. And his mom throws a party. Hey, Z's back. But the kids notice right away they might be in a party mood, but Z is not in a party mood. And they're listening to what he's saying. At one point he says, one day soon you will leave here and fight against your biggest fears. And they think, okay, you know what, wherever he was, it wasn't a good place. Well, they decide to make things normal by playing their usual hide and seek game that they always played as a neighborhood group of kids. And that kind of breaks the tension. But the weird thing is, after that day, after the party and after they play that game, anyone who played that game, one by one, they began to disappear. And the kids figure out that's what happened to Z. And that's what this story is about. Very scary, very fun. Okay, so here we go. Again, these books are available. Contact me via email, schefflerc, schefflerc at district112.org, and I will get you one of these books or a different book in my collection. It can be left in the office for you to pick up, or I can put it on hold until we're back together in a couple weeks. Or we have an online option, Mackin. So Mackin Via is an online platform that's connected to your Gmail. So if you go to Mackin Via, M-A-C-K, I'm kind of blocking the A-C, M-A-C-K-I-N-V-I-A, and you put in Chaska Middle School West, and when it asks for your school, and if you're in your Gmail, it'll probably take you right to our collection. That's what we have for ebooks. So if you don't want to leave your house, it's too cold, too lazy, your mom does not want to drive over here, you can plug into Mackin Via and download one of our ebooks. We just got a grant from the foundation, so there's a lot of new ones. We have graphic novels in there. We have books in Spanish. So a ton of stuff to look at. It downloads onto your Chromebook. It disappears after 2 weeks. You can always go in again and renew it. You can put a hold on ones that are not available that you want. So that's a second option for getting a book and going off your book diet. Third option, and they have the most books of all, is the Carver County Library System. There's the logo. There we go, Carver County Library System. So Carver County, all their branches are open. Chaska, Chanhassen, Victoria, they're all slowly opening, or they are open. But they also have an online collection too that's really easy to use. Some of you might have lost your privileges, or you think you've lost your privileges for longer, you haven't used it. They will actually sign you up over the phone. They do want you to have access to materials. They have things in print like I do. You can have things left at a hold place. You go in and pick them up. They have curbside service. You can get things that way, or you can go on their online ebook collection, and I can help you with that too. You can email me. I will get right back to you, and we'll figure something out for you. Don't stay on your book diet. You're starving to death without a book. So I hope this helped. Let me know if I can get you something. Simon and I are out. He already had his 1 of 3 treats for the day. So yes, Pudgy Puppy, we'll see you in a couple weeks for sure. Bye.